Hello YouTube and welcome
to the Carlito Show!
Ready in 3, 2, 1, go!
So today we're out here in Lewisham, where this nice gentleman,
Hello.
let's go against the sun, there we go.
Hi.
Organized a wonderful meet that you can see back here. And also promotion with BBC.
Yeah.
This is professional drone racing. It's a relatively new sport, but tonight hundreds of fans will be in Alexandra Palace to watch these top pilots in action.
In the last few years, we've seen it go from local fields, small races, 10, 15 people, to all of a sudden there's hundreds of people flying, thousands of people across the globe, and now we're traveling around the world to race.
The drones are operated with remote controls, and the pilots use goggles to get a drone's eye view.
The drone has two cameras on it. One is a GoPro and the other is a little FPV camera that feeds a live signal in real time to these. So while we're flying around the course, we're seeing exactly what the drone sees, and it's almost as though we're on board it. We kind of feel like we are having an out-of-body experience.
This is the view from a drone flown by amateur racers in a London park. These fans understand why the sport is becoming so popular.
You basically feel like a bird. It gives you the opportunity to fly, which I think everyone always, like humanity itself, always desired to be able to fly.
It's kind of like when Anakin Skywalker's in Star Wars flying his pod around. It's kind of like that, but in real life, and you get to see it through these.
With a recent race through the streets of Paris, could we be seeing something similar soon here in London?
How's it been going?
Well, we had 30 pilots at one point today.
30 pilots.
Yeah,
yeah,
30.
that's quite for the first meet you've organized as well.
Yeah.
30 pilots. Yeah, I think. I mean, as a pilot, for me, it's been going on. Yeah, very good.
I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah,
That's the
a lot of
point.
fun. And I've managed to speak on camera as well.
Yeah, well, you have your 30 seconds, don't you?
Yeah, like people don't know me enough already.
Yeah, well.
They don't really. Thank you very much. And you're gonna be on. Which all gates are down. There we go. So let's talk about the race. As you can see, a lot of people came to the event organized by Alex, and it was an extremely sunny day and really pleasant to be out and about and racing with friends. And that's a crucial thing about FPV racing. It's a very social event where you go out and hang around with your friends and people help each other. And you get to know people that maybe you've seen only online or spoken to online. And when you have some problems, these people go out of their way to help you. There's a certain level of competitiveness, obviously. You want to be the fastest, the number one, but there's still a super big sense of, okay, I want to race with someone else. So you're keen on helping people just so then you can race versus them, rather than just racing by yourself. And I guess it wouldn't be as interesting or as challenging as racing against someone else. And that's the thing, when you race against someone that races faster than you, that's when you start improving. These events are perfect for that, like for people just starting in the sports, so they can go out, meet people, see what other people are flying. And trust me, everyone has a completely different drone or quadcopter or whatever you want to call it from everyone else, so it's super distinct. and it's incredible to see how many different drones there are in the field flying. And at the end of the day, it's just hanging about with your mates, enjoying the flying, and getting those laps in, so you get better and better the more you race. What about DRL? The professional side of racing. I had the opportunity of attending to the DRL race in Alexandra Palace, as it was shown as well in the report shown by BBC, and it was truly amazing. I mean, completely different than obviously racing with your mates. These guys train countless hours to be the fastest and the best at this sport, but there's still a level of disconnection between the pilots and the fans. For example, when they were presenting each pilot, I mean, I got the chance to know them and fly with them before the race, but for people that just attended this race and don't quite know who is who, it's quite difficult to associate a pilot with a color. I think there should be more pauses in between racing and really bring out the pilots, have them talk to the audience and get that connection with pilot audience that I think was lacking in the race. Because at the end of the day, when you're watching them race, it's just a bunch of colors flying, and then at the end you can see the leaderboard, who won that race or who's the fastest, but there's still, I think, a big disconnection between who is flying and why should I care, basically. And lastly, one of the things that most people just forget or don't really care about, which is freestyle. Now, freestyle is basically an expression of yourself flying, and I think it can bring, given the determined parameters and things that you do while you're freestyling, it can bring a lot more audience that will actually connect to you, because it's one pilot freestyling, so it's you versus the audience. When you're flying, people will know, okay, this guy, I like his style, I like his moves, and freestyle as well can be done a lot more visually than racing. So racing, you kind of, unless you have goggles and you're spectating the race as a pilot, it's pretty hard to measure the quality of the racing that's happening at the time. While freestyling, it's a lot more humane, so you're doing things in the air and you can see those things through the goggles or just by looking at the quad. So it's more a form of art that I hope becomes more and more explored in more events. I hope you enjoyed that. If you are not a drone racer and you watch something on BBC about drone racing pilots and you're watching this video now, this is pretty much the environment that we have in a drone racing community here in the UK. So if you want to learn how to fly some drones in FPV, or if you're just curious about FPV, there's tons and tons of groups in Facebook that you can join, or you can, if you want some recommendations, leave a comment down in the comments below. And that's all for today's episode. If you are not subscribed yet, why not subscribe to my channel right here? You just have to click on the button, and then click on the subscribe. That's very good. And as always, there's a couple more videos on the left hand side that you can keep on watching my channel.